Welcome to Troll Patrol Live Breaking News. Donald Trump has tested positive for COVID-19. I have said it over and over again on the streams. Every night we have looked at his crowds. The man was trying to catch COVID. That's all I can say. He's been having these large gatherings. He already killed Herman Cain. Many people pointed that out the other night at the debate. Donald Trump said he'd had all these rallies without any problems. He killed Herman Cain. I don't know what this means. Well, first of all, we have a debate. 12 days? 13 days? Something like that? What does this mean for the debate? Because now he's going to have to be quarantined. Also, this man is overweight. He's old. He has at least 2 or 3 comorbidities, if not more. Him contracting this is incredibly dangerous for his health. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He is very much in the high risk categories. Now, I'm not saying that I did a freaking news report for tomorrow morning that was talking about, well, first of all, Hope Hicks tested positive while I was doing the show earlier. So I actually did the freaking news for tomorrow was about Hope Hicks and her testing positive. I went ahead and released it because now it's old news because Trump has tested positive. I'm Justin Mullins, and this is the freaking news. President Donald Trump says he and First Lady Melania Trump are awaiting their own test results after a top aide he spent substantial time with this week tested positive for COVID-19. Trump said during a call-in interview with Sean Hannity on Fox News that whether we quarantine or whether we have it, I don't know. I just went for a test and we'll see what happens. Trump made the comments following news that Hope Hicks, one of his closest aides, tested positive for the coronavirus after spending time in close proximity to him this week. With your freaking news report, I am Justin Mullins.
Wishing and hoping and thinking and praying.
Have a great freaking day. Well, I don't have to wish or hope or pray anymore. It happened. Donald Trump has the COVID. Because as I said from the beginning of all this, there's an old adage, you don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. And when there's a deadly pandemic, you don't have mass gatherings of people and expect not to contract the fucking disease. But hey, what would you expect? Right-wingers are morons. I'm in disbelief. I don't know what I can add to this. I was in my fucking bathrobe. I'm like, oh, well, shit. Let's get dressed back up and get on the air. We got some breaking news. Fucking Donald Trump's trying to kill himself. I don't know that how much, like, subconsciously, he hasn't been trying to catch it the whole time because it gives him an out for this fucking election. He's going to lose. And he's going to lose badly. And if there is anything that Donald Trump can't stand, it is losing. On a fucking national grand scale, this is going to be a loss. that he has never seen before in his life. So trying to catch a deadly disease is probably a good idea on his part. It's not a light flu. I can play you Donald Trump saying it's not a light flu, that it's like there's a 5% mortality rate, and he's right. The flu is less than 1%. Anyone that says it's like a light flu is a fucking moron that doesn't know what they're talking about. Sorry to be so harsh, but I mean, it's facts, man. It's facts. I'm tired of just right-wingers never having a fucking clue what they're talking about. The mortality rate for coronavirus in the United States has been between 3 and 6%. The pharmaceutical industrial complex, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I got plenty of qualms with the pharmaceutical industry, but the pharmaceutical industry didn't kill 200,000 people. What the fuck does that even mean? The Obamacare slush fund? There's no Obamacare slush fund. I have a feeling that you don't even know what Obamacare is. Obamacare is a set of regulations placed on the insurance industry. Things like students can stay on their parents' health insurance until they're 26. Limits on being able to ban you for lifetime coverage. Protections for pre-existing conditions. A insurance company can't deny you for pre-existing conditions anymore. And it's set up a state exchange for people to try to purchase cheaper insurance. Obamacare hasn't been repealed. You don't even know what the individual mandate was repealed. That's not Obamacare. You don't know what Obamacare is. The individual mandate has nothing to do with Obamacare. I don't know about losing hospitals billions. There's reasons why the individual mandate should have been in place. It's the same principle with forcing you to buy insurance for your car. But ultimately, Obamacare was just a giveaway to the insurance industry anyway. Fuck that. We needed single payer. I don't want to have to pay money to a middleman for no fucking reason. But who gives a shit about Obamacare? We're talking about Trump having coronavirus right now. So both Trump and Melania have tested positive. But it wasn't. The Supreme Court ruled that it was constitutional. I don't know how the individual mandate couldn't be, like, how did that violate the Constitution? Do tell me. Since you're a fucking constitutional scholar and you think you know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and inform you, you don't. Individual mandate. It wasn't a handout. Forcing people to have insurance. I mean, it was a handout to the insurance industry, not the medical community. We're talking about two different things here. The medical community has nothing to do with health insurance. That's a business. That's a middleman. It's like asking somebody to go buy you weed. They take some of your money before they go buy you weed. They told you it was $50, but it was actually $40. And then they tipped your sack on the other side. That's the insurance industry. That's the middleman you asked to go buy weed for you. He inflates the cost on the one side, tips your sack on the other side. That's the insurance industry. And anyone that defends the insurance industry is a dumb motherfucker. And as somebody whose mother has gone through multiple procedures, spent most of my adult life almost bedridden, and I have seen her fight the insurance industry, you don't want that shit. So you really shouldn't suck corporate cock. You should get on board with the single payer like the rest of the fucking world who pays far less than we do for health insurance and sees much better outcomes. But hey, right-wingers are morons, and they want to argue in favor of somebody tipping their sack. Fuck off. Medical industry murdered COVID patients. Only a fucking idiot would say that shit. To get government funding back with Biden's socialism. Biden's socialism! Biden's socialism! Fuck, are people stupid? It's amazing to me that single payer doesn't work. It only produces better outcomes in every other fucking country. Well, thank you. I like the flag. You can get your own design of it. It's my original design, the Right Wingers Are Morons t-shirt. It's at the FREAKIN shop. At the link right below my video. Actually fell for Biden's moderate shtick. Biden's not a moderate, Biden's a right-winger. He might as well be a Republican. Motherfucker, I've been studying politics my entire adult life. I know who Joe fucking Biden is. He's the goddamn senator from NBNA. He's from fucking Delaware. Delaware is known for being beholden to the financial industry. I hate to tell you, but the fucking financial industry and socialism don't go together. They are antithetical. So Biden, who has represented the financial industry his entire fucking career, couldn't possibly be a socialist. And anyone who thinks that is an absolute dumb fuck that clearly doesn't even know what the word socialism means. But hey. Maybe you feel like you want to argue. Well, I wasn't planning on it, but let's go ahead and open the phone lines up. 917-830-4359. Call in and tell me about Joe Biden's socialism and let me laugh at you. Every other country doesn't have a regulatory nightmare enforcing monopolies. You do not know what you are talking about. Why wouldn't you want it? I thought right-wingers were all about, like, fucking trampling snowflakes' feelings. Wear my t-shirt and you will find out that the snowflakes are on the right wing. I don't think you know what Joe Biden's policies are. Joe Biden has quite the proven track record. 47 years in politics. And I can tell you what that track record is. It's beholden to the financial industry, which means he couldn't possibly be a socialist. So for you to assert that, you must not know what the fuck socialism is. It's okay. Right-wingers don't ever know what fucking socialism means. Why? Because they are morons. Absolute fucking morons. That never know what the fuck they're talking about. Ruled by Tom Perez. Who the fuck is Tom Perez? I know who Tom Perez is, by the way. He's nothing compared to Biden, you dumb shit. But hey, you got something to say, go ahead, give us a call. 917-830-4359. We'd love to hear from you. Fucking Google keeps wanting to talk to me. Oh yeah, 47 years of being beholden to the financial industry, and all of a sudden, he sold out. And he's a socialist who beat the socialist in the fucking primary. But yet he's furthering Bernie's policy, even though he absolutely beat Bernie in the primary. Fucking right-wingers are stupid as all fuck. God damn, the shit they say doesn't make any fucking sense. But hey, if you knew what you were talking about, you wouldn't be a fucking right-winger, would you? How do you know who the fuck is running Joe Biden's presidential campaign? I love how you just pull shit out of your ass. Fuck. The communist faction of the hard left. How is that even possible? I just told you. He spent 47 years being beholden to the financial industry. I don't know what you're talking about, fudging Chris Wallace's crypt. If you want to argue, man, stop typing out shit. 917-830-4359. Call in so that we can have an actual conversation, okay? Otherwise, the chat... Okay, here we go. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on? Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on? Oh, man. Are you not going to talk to me? I don't know what the fuck Bernie Shock Troop means. If you would like to argue with me, please come at me with policy, with some sort of debate. Don't be like, oh, you're Bernie Shock Troop. What the fuck does that mean? How do I respond to that? That's not anything of substance. Bernie Bro Shock Troop. Those words mean nothing to me. I don't know what you're trying to say. Does anybody want to talk about Trump and the fact that he has coronavirus? It's like, that's why I hopped on here, but everyone wants to talk about other shit. The fucking Obamacare and Bernie. What the fuck? Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has coronavirus. That's a pretty big fucking deal. But you know, he hasn't acted like it's a very serious thing. So... Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Isn't it crazy? Some Chinaman ate a bat, and now our president's got the fucking coronavirus.
That's not exactly what happened. You see, Mickey Mouse got Randy Marsh to go to China, and Randy fucked a bat with Mickey Mouse. But it turns out it didn't actually come from a bat, it came from a pangolin. But it turns out Randy and Mickey Mouse fucked a pangolin too. It's always rich people, in case you didn't know. See, I always thought wet markets in China were about selling less than desirable meat to poor people. They aren't. They are about selling exotic meat to rich people. So these fucking nasty ass wet markets only exist because of rich people in China. And then bougie ass rich people in America go on cruises. And then they spread that shit all over America. Rich people are always the problem. Don't hate me, I'm just the messenger. We got several people in here. Anybody want to talk about Donald Trump getting the coronavirus? I want to know what you guys think. I don't know what implications this has for us going into the election. As I said, he should still be in quarantine by the time we're supposed to have the next debate. Has he been around Mike Pence? Is there going to be a vice presidential debate in 6 days? Or is Pence going to have to quarantine? I don't think Pence and Trump like each other very much, so I kind of think that they're not around each other all that often. I might be wrong, though. Anybody want to talk about Donald Trump, eh? Alright, well, that's going to do it for me. My normal show is at 8 p.m. Eastern every weeknight. I go until I feel like I don't go anymore. Hour or two, whatever. No, D, you may be alone in YouTube, but we are on over 9 platforms, so there are a few people watching at this moment. Glad to have you, D. Do you have any thoughts on Donald Trump catching coronavirus? Anybody want to call in and talk about Donald Trump catching coronavirus? 917-830-4359. I'll give it another couple of minutes before I'll hop off here. You're laughing at him catching it. Well, my normal show is at 8 p.m. Eastern. I take calls from all comers. Tomorrow night should be a good one. I think I've got a right-winger who thinks that he can take on anybody in a debate. And I'm like, well, come on, my friend. I told him he needs to watch me and make sure that he knows what he's getting himself into, but he said he doesn't, and he knows he can take me on. So let's hope he calls in tomorrow night and we have a blast. But if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that fucking shit. I hate saying it, but it reminds people, and people are like, oh yeah, I should subscribe to him. Call in anytime. Tell me I'm stupid. Argue with me about anything political. Don't forget the freaking news airs first thing in the morning. You can see all the links and shit down in the description. Alright guys, go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It is alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol.